Okay, we should be live. We are starting in 2 minutes at exactly 6 p.m. Central. Okay, it is 6 o'clock, so we are going to get started. Hello there. I'm Lauren Cadillac, and thank you for joining me tonight. It has been a beautiful day in Dallas, and I'm really excited to teach you about how to protest your property value so that you can see a reduction in the amount of taxes you have to pay on the property. I will be switching back and forth between this presentation and myself, so also this is only my second stream ever, so please bear with me. And if you have any questions, please write them in the YouTube chat box, which is this way for me, and I will check them periodically to make sure I'm answering them for you. So Cadillac Law was created in 2013, and I actually started the business so that I could do property tax protests. I had done property, I had learned about them in law school and did a protest on the house I owned while in law school successfully. And I thought it was so great that I told people when I got to Dallas that I did them, and I ended up getting clients. And so that is how I began. I've been serving Oak Cliff in the Dallas-Fort Worth area ever since 2016 in a full-time basis. My emphasis has been on real estate matters. We do probate, we work with investors, we work with a lot of contractors. We do estate planning, which includes aging planning, as well as disability planning, etc. We are woman-owned and operated, and our clients are like family, except we like them more. Family comes first to us, our clients come first. So I just went back too far. I went to Arizona State University for my 4-year degree. I ended up getting an MBA, and 9 days after I finished that, I started law school at St. Mary's University in San Antonio. While I was in law school, I was fortunate enough to have an internship with AT&T in their contracts negotiating department. And for some reason, they liked me and they brought me up here. And I worked for them for 5 years and negotiated contracts, also worked in a method and procedures role. So I started in Oak Cliff with Cadillac Law full-time to help serve underserved areas. And most recently, in September, I was granted an award by the City of Dallas for a contract to create and operate a program to help people clear title. So a lot of folks are living in properties that they don't actually own because maybe someone who passed away owned it, or who knows. The city has chosen us to do the work in solving those problems and to build the program. And very excited about that. The contract should be signed tomorrow. I am the single mother of two. My kids are Noah and Liberty, and you saw them in the last slide. All right, so why are our taxes so high? People ask me this all the time, and there are a multitude of reasons. Obviously, we have had explosive growth in the DFW area. Dallas itself is fully built. There's no space in the city of Dallas. Dallas County is pretty well built out, and so there's a scarcity issue. Then we have big companies like Toyota and other large corporations deciding to move here because we're awesome. And as you know, in Oak Cliff, there's change and growth. There's gentrification going all over in Dallas. And really, the real, true, actual answer is the Texas legislature, instead of using the billions of dollars we make in tax money every year for the citizens, the legislature continues to push the burden onto the localities. So where the legislature used to pay 60% of education for every child in Texas, they now pay 40%. And they continue to take away from us as citizens, which means that but we have to cover the costs that the legislature won't cover. So make sure you think about that when you go to vote in November. The other issue that is very new to us is that we are indoors. I'm actually in my kitchen, and that might affect the real estate market, but we don't know how, and it doesn't matter because the value is assessed on January 1st. So January 1st, 2020 is the value you're going to have to go negotiate with the appraisal board, with the district, to show them. You're going to have to show them that their value that they said on January 1st, 2020, which could be substantially higher. We don't know. I mean, it could be lower, who knows? So the most important thing to know whenever you're trying to win, I'm so competitive, I'm such a lawyer. So it's not a win situation, but it is in my mind. So anytime you're negotiating whatever, you want to know what the other side, where they're coming from. So I actually go every December to a conference held in Austin that is a continued education for county appraisers. So I'm not a county appraiser. I don't get continued education from it, but I learn what they're saying. I learn their lingo, and I call it embedding myself with the enemy. I know it's not a war, but you have to know what the opposite side is thinking. So how do they make their assessment? With commercial and rental properties, the county is going to use either an income method or a comparison method. Income method is pretty self-explanatory. They're going to look at the income of the rental property. And then comparison method, they're going to compare that income, or maybe the condition, or a multitude of factors, to other properties near the area that are of similar quality, use, size, etc. The residential or homestead, the county is typically going to use the comparison method because most people are not making money off of their homes. So you might have some rental income, renting a room or a garage or something, but it's your homestead, so it's not an income property. You're going to be mainly looking at the comparison